my name is Ian, and this is my SIG final project, where I will be comparing renewable energy resources used for power with the type of energy our bodies use. So first, let's review the renewable energy resources used for power. So one of them is water. How it works is at a dam, there's a little hole, and it goes in that hole, and then there's a little room with a turbine, and the water spins the turbine, and then there's a hole and it just goes out. That's how a dam works. So now let's switch to wind. So how a wind turbine works is when the wind blows, it spins the turbine which spins a thing inside the turbine, and then the generator produces energy from that, and then sends it to where all of you can use it in your homes. So now let's switch to solar. So there are two kinds of solar, and there's one with solar panels, and there's another which I'll talk about after this one. So how solar panels work is the sun hits the solar panels, and then it takes energy from that and sends it either to a battery or an inverter, sometimes both. So now let's switch to geothermal. So how geothermal works is it pumps cold water down, and the earth, not to the magma, but to a lower part of the earth, lower in the ground, where it's hotter, and then the heat heats the water, and then it goes up as hot water and steam, and then the generator converts that energy into power and sends it to you. So now we're going to be talking about the types of energy our bodies use. So let's switch to fats. So fats, under sometimes account for more than half of the body's energy. Fats includes things like butter, avocados, and oil. So now let's switch to carbohydrates. So carbohydrates include a lot of food, and like fruits and vegetables and bread. Now the body can't store carbohydrates in large quantities, so it's eager to use them quickly. And I think I could use some carbohydrates right now. There aren't any around here. So now let's switch to protein, the meat. So protein isn't actually just meat. It also includes beans and fish, and is absolutely delicious, but not more delicious than some carbohydrates, which I could still use. But proteins is what we use to make our muscles, and when the body is short on fats or the delicious carbohydrates, it can have to break down on proteins, and it will break down your muscles. That's why starving people are skinny. So now it's the meat of it, the comparison. So let's start by comparing fats to renewable energy. So fats are a very concentrated energy. Fat can be broken down into fatty acids or can be stored as fat. That's kind of like a battery, which you can do for renewable energy. And because renewable energy is sometimes stored in batteries, and batteries are very important for solar panels because you can't just store your energy in the solar panels, and the sun doesn't shine all the time, especially during the night. So now let's compare proteins to renewable energy. Proteins are used to build muscle and build chemicals your body needs to communicate. And if we have a shortage of carbohydrates and fats, as I said, we start breaking down the protein in our muscles. The energy and in proteins might be converted to a usable form of energy for the body, just like the sun's energy or energy in moving water. Carbohydrates can only be stored in limited quantities, and there are many sources. And there are many sources of carbohydrates, but there's only one source of solar energy. The one up there, the one way, way up there, like 95 million miles up there. I think. So I hope you like my I hope you like my my SIG final project. I worked really hard on it. And I'd like to thank my dad, who worked as the cameraman, my mom, who helped me hugely in doing research, and my grandmother, Pat Costner, in switching out these and helping me with some of the comparison. Thanks for looking at my final project, and maybe I'll make something like this another time. Goodbye.